Mogo was still alive.
At the end of the road, a path from the cabin where they always went for summer holidays. Janie and Michael every summer went to the same spot. It was great there. No one ever bothered them and asked them to wash behind their ears. They barely brushed their teeth at night. They just got to be free. Their mum and dad had bought a holiday cabin there, and every summer they went down. Janie and Michael were brother and sister, and they always got on well. Well, sometimes they fought. If Janie found something really cool and Michael wanted it, then they would squabble over it. And if Michael found something really cool, then Janie would be really cross about it. But apart from that, they were really close and had a good time together. Now there was one lane behind their house that was all overgrown with brambles and weeds. But it was curious. It looked like something had walked through there every now and then. And that something had not human footprints, but hooves. Now a hoof could be a sheep or a cow or a goat, but these hooves were big. They kind of looked like a horse hoof. Janie and Michael thought, let's go and see. Let's follow the tracks and see. They followed the tracks through 2 whole fields and through a forest. I mean, it was a long way. And they hadn't brought any snacks with them, so they ate blackberries and raspberries that they found wild on the bushes. Where do you think we're going? Said Janie. I don't know, said Michael. I hope we remember how to get home again. When they got to the end, it was an old barn with a house beside it and smoke coming out of the chimney. They walked up to the barn and looked inside. They could hear something breathing heavily. Like something was sleeping. Janie and Michael went up to it. It looks like a horse, but it's the whitest horse I've ever seen. I've never seen a horse with such white fur. Then Janie almost fell over. She couldn't believe what she had seen and thought she was dreaming. The horse wasn't just any horse. It had something gold coming out of its forehead, like a spiral. Do you know what kind of horse that might have been? A unicorn. The unicorn was sleeping in the barn. Janie, can this be? I think so, Michael. Are we dreaming? I don't think so. Just then they looked down and the unicorn had a big chain wrapped around its ankle. What can this be all about? Said Michael. A chain around such a beautiful animal? The unicorn looked sad as it looked at the chain. It was a magical horse, but black steel was one thing that it couldn't have magic over. And this chain was made of the blackest steel. Just then they heard a noise. Janie and Michael ran and hid behind a bush, and they could hear someone coming across the field. I wish you had a unicorn trying to escape on me. I just gotta see what I can do with it. I don't know what he said, but he didn't sound very nice. Janie looked over, and she saw a mean man. He had two funny-shaped eyes, and he walked with a bit of a hobble. Hey, unicorn, you think you're all magic and nice, but I got you now in black steel, and I'm going to sell you to some pirate who'll take you to the circus, and you'll never be free again, and I'll be rich, rich, rich. Janie and Michael saw him and were really afraid, but not too afraid to run away. He gave the unicorn some slops, which is basically leftover food. It's really gross. The unicorn had nothing else to eat, and he had to eat the slops. After the mean person had left, Janie and Michael came out again. We have to get you out of here. But that's a story for another day.
No. I thought you were going to. You didn't even fit. It was only halfway through.
Okay. Well, Janie said, I don't care what we do. We're going to break this unicorn free. But it's black steel, said Michael. I don't know how we can break black steel. Well, my mum's got a magic book. They ran back through the bushes as hard as they could. They got scratched all over from the brambles, but they didn't care. Janie snuck into the little chalet and grabbed a little book called the Magic Book and took it back. They ran back through all the brambles and bushes, eating the odd blackberry when they could. When they got back, they opened the book up to the index which tells you everything that's in a book. And one page said, How to Break Black Steel. The first thing it says is, first of all, you need feathers of 2 seagulls. So they went and found 2 feathers. Place under the chain. Then you need 1 rotten acorn. I got one of those in my pocket, said Michael. He put the rotten acorn on top of the feathers. Next, you need chicken poop.
Ew.
They had to get a bucket full of chicken poop, which stinks, and spread it all over the black steel chain. This is disgusting, said Janie. If this doesn't work, I'm going to be so mad. Next, grab a wand, any stick, and wave it above the black steel and say, Ooh-la-ba, 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 ooh. I am a monkey, I'm looking at you. Ooh-la-ba, ooh-la-ba, ooh-la-ba-bee. You will break chains and then you will be free. And when they said free, the chain cracked open. It worked. Just then they heard what they didn't want to hear. The mean man. He was coming, walking across the field. He'd heard noises in the bush, in the barn, and was suspicious. Quick, unicorn, quick, get up. You must get up and go. We've broken the chain. The unicorn had lost her spirit. Please. It finally got up off of its knees and onto its feet. And then it saw the mean man walking towards it. Just before it opened the door, the unicorn turned its back and kicked its back legs as hard as it could. The door fell right on top of the mean old man and trapped him there. I'll get you all if it's the last thing I do. But he couldn't get them now. He was trapped under the heavy door. Janie and Michael jumped on the back of the unicorn, and they ran so fast that the unicorn took off and started floating over the ground. They made it back to their house. The unicorn licked them all over and had become their friend and stayed with them all summer. And do you know what they called the unicorn? What do you think they should call it?
I don't know. Unicorn.
What?
Beauty. Magic.
Magic is right.
No, beauty.
Magic Beauty.
I'm going to Mom. She's not going to come in here.